Hello everyone. This is Maqbool Group presentation by Muhammad Ishaq and Sheikh Islam. Before I start this presentation, I would like to give you guys a little information about Maqbool. Maqbool is pretty similar story as the story of Macbeth. There is a slightly different between the settings and the character wise, but they are 75% same story. So for any further ado, let's start this presentation. Maqbool to Macbeth, Macbeth to Maqbool. Power to love, motive behind kill. Maqbool 2003 by Vishal Bardaj, a modern-day retribution of William Shakespeare's Macbeth, is based on in the backdrop of Mumbai's Mafia King and is a dark and very close relating on our original text. There is a difference in the themes of the play and the film could be the motive behind the murder. For Macbeth, it was purely ambition and instigation of his wife to murder the king. The prophecies of witch sisters for Macbeth to be crowned the king one day were taken pretty seriously by his wife. Lady Macbeth exhibit a very strong and overwhelming desire to get the throne after listening to the prophecies and seeing that a few of the prophecies had actually come true. An ambition and desire of the king was very unlikely of a woman of her times. She instigated her husband to give up his kindness and humanity as she had given up her own. For Mughal, the motive behind the murder was majorly romantic. The love interest of Mughal and Jahangir Khan was the same for Nimi. So the instigation factor here was to win the lady, subsequently the empire. Basically, the power of position was Jahangir Khan was, but bonus for Mughal and not the aim. While Macbeth could clearly be called the story ambition leading to mystery of a hero, Mughal is a love story with a very sad ending. Now let's talk about the plot summary for book and movie. Macbeth. A plot of Macbeth is set in the Elizabeth Age, displaying Arctic story of Scotland. The story revolves around treachery of a violent General Macbeth who became a victim of his ambition. Although an honest kinsman initially, Macbeth meets three witches' sisters on his way back from the battle. The witches prophesied that he will be honored with a throne of crown and glams, adding that he would one day become the king himself. The prophecies meddle with his native self, gave him hope that he might actually become a king one day. Macbeth meets the situation of of the Shakespeare's tragic hero. There is a school of thought in literature which argues that argues that the defeat of Macbeth was his own doing. Although he had people around himself who were influencing him, but he took the final call. He murdered the king of Scotland, for Macbeth wanted to become the king himself, an ambition short-lived. As Maqbool, Maqbool on the other hand is set as background of a Mumbai's underworld with a mafia Jahangir Khan replacing the King of Scotland, Duncan, and Maqbool playing the right hand. Maqbool remains a close confederate for the Jahangir Khan initially. The witch sisters are replacing by the corrupted inspector in this film. It was the astrological presentation for the inspector that led Maqbool to believe that he could one day take over Jahangir Khan. The witch the switch from Scottish artistry to underworld mafia to Mumbai could be attribution to the context in which they play and the film are based. Verify wrote that while the visuals are great, audience might need an understanding of Macbeth to fully enjoy the film. Whereas Macbeth was composed by Shakespeare around 60s when around 1600 when astronomy was prevalent to Scotland. Maqbool was made much later in 2003 in India. Creating a period of drama is one thing, but creating one with a different context, although is a gamble. Reason being limited understanding of the audience of the culture of Elizabeth age and artistic gesture of Sambos. The easier and safer way for the director remains customize the context so that majority of the audience could relate it with it. Now let's talk about Maqbool and Macbeth contrast. Start with Macbeth. Macbeth is a Scottish general, and the power that started after the power of of the king. Killing Duncan made Macbeth the king of Scotland. Lady Macbeth is Macbeth's wife. Lady Macbeth manipulates her husband with remarkable effectiveness, overrunning all his objects when he hesitates to murder. She repeatedly questions his manhood until feels that must commit murder to prove himself. Lady Macbeth is stronger, more ruthless, and more ambitious than her husband. She seems fully aware of his and knows that she will have to push Macbeth into committing murder. At one point, she wishes that she were not a woman so that she could do it herself. In the play Macbeth, it's implied Lady Macbeth commits suicide. Maqbool. Maqbool is a gang member, and the power stored for his movie is the power of a gang. Killing Abbajan made Maqbool the new leader of the gang. The witches have been replaced by corrupted policemen who are also avoid stronger astrologers. Likewise, the prophecies are the from astrologers predict in the movie. Nimi, instead of being Maqbool's wife, is Abba's mistress. She does not control Maqbool in this movie the way she does in the play. She puts ideas and thoughts into Maqbool's head at first. Slowly she breaks him down and gives him an ultimate: kill her or Abbaji. Maqbool of course chooses to kill Abbaji, as he is in love with Nimi. Nimi gives birth to a son that could have been either Abbaji's or Maqbool's. In the movie Maqbool, Nimi dies in Maqbool's arms. Now let's talk about Maqbool and Macbeth compare. Maqbool does make many parallels that are quite close to Macbeth, although their characters' roles are different and the plot and settings in the adaptation is different. At this core, both are about male characters influenced by manipulate female lover into murdering their superior to gain their power. Both Naomi and Lady Macbeth spiral into madness after the murder are committed. They both imagine seeing blood on themselves. Neither Maqbool or Macbeth wholeheartedly wishes to kill their superior. And at the end, both Maqbool and Macbeth die. Both the original and the additional are tragic stories. In the end of this in the end of this presentation, I would like to critically respond to the movie. Maqbool received positive reviews from critics. Critically described the film as a visual glory that an intelligent blend of dark, tragic overloads and comic structure understood. Variety wrote that while the visuals are great, audience might need an understanding of Macbeth or fully enjoy the film. India Today described as a "haunting operator tragedy". Outlook said that it officially transforms the essence of the story of the milieu of the Bombay underworld of our times. The film had its North America premiere at the 2003 Toronto International Film Festival. Though the film failed to entice much of an audience during the theatrical run in India, critics are apparently Pankaj Kapoor went to win a Filmfare Award for the Best Actor and National Film Award Best Super Actors. The film was screenshot in the Markadu Film section of 2004 Cannes Film Festival. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. I will hope everybody have this presentation have more information. I hope that it will help you guys to understand this the answer the questions. So let's wait for the questions for the next week, and I'll have hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.